So earlier this week, I was feeling very depressed about my training and Mick. And I don't know if you ever get that way, but especially as it's coming towards the end of the year and you're looking back at like the goals that you had at the beginning of the year and you're thinking, oh, like I didn't quite reach those goals. I have so much I still need to work on. Am I even getting any better? Will I ever get it? I don't know if you ever go down that rabbit hole, but I definitely do. And so earlier this week, I was thinking back to, when I first got Mick in earlier this spring, and I was like, oh, it's going to be easy. I'll just teach him the changes and then we'll be able to show this year. And then by next year, like maybe we could even do 4th level. And then by next year, we'll be ready for Pre-St. George. And then that kind of got derailed, right? And like I got Mick, and then I realized that I had to go back and fix some of the basic stuff before I could really work a lot on the changes. And then I hurt my back. And then, the thing about Mick is he has like these giant, beautiful gaits, but he's not really strong behind and he's not super straight in his body. And training takes time. And this is stuff that I tell you guys all the time is like, be patient and consistency, and it takes a long time, and enjoy the journey. But I also wanted to share that sometimes I go down that rabbit hole of like negativity and frustration and just not getting any better. So what I thought would be great is I'm going to share with you some strategies that I use when I start feeling this way. And then I want to show you Mick's magic flying change exercise, which my husband Herman helped me with to get some clean flying changes with Mick. If you want a little help with setting your goals for 2026, if you're watching this in real time, click the link below. I'm doing a 5-day riding boot camp starting on December 31st through January 4th, where I take you through step-by-step kind of how to set your goals and then how to break them down and create an action plan for the year ahead. But so the first step is when you start feeling like so depressed and so down, I think it's always important to just feel grateful for a moment and remember, like, Mick is so cool. He's so incredible. I love riding him every single day. I love his movement. I love the feeling of that. And so that's the first thing. Second thing is go back and reflect on where you started and find those little things of improvement, because you're right. If you look at it day to day, training isn't linear, and you go up and then you go flat and then you go backwards, and then it's this like very jagged line. So I went back and I looked at some videos of when I first got Mick earlier this spring, and like, okay, we were working on like leg yield and the snowman, and you can also see physically, I took some photos of him at the beginning, and he was like so skinny and he had no top line on him, and now he's starting to build up a top line. So even though, maybe that week or that day, it wasn't going so well, then if I look back to the beginning of the year, okay, yeah, he has made so much progress, and I have so much to be grateful for with him. Then the second thing is to get help. So when you're feeling frustrated or discouraged, ask for help. I asked my husband earlier this week to help me with Mick, because in the flying changes, he just kept like running too much out the front, not changing clean, and especially in the change from right to left, because his right hind is weaker, the canter transition to the left lead canter isn't as good. He doesn't really sit, he doesn't carry that weight behind on his right hind. And so because of that, it makes that flying change to the left not so good. So I'm super excited. I'm going to share with you here, we filmed it, Herman's magic flying change exercise, which just like made a leap in teaching Mick to sit a little bit more and carry a little bit more behind. And so anytime that you're feeling stuck or frustrated, getting some help. I know if you're in one of my programs, we do video reviews, so you can sit in your video and get that feedback, or have a lesson, or sometimes just enjoy your horse for a day, go out on the trail ride, do some cavalettis, mix it up and do something a little bit different. But anyways, comment below, let me know what is one strategy that you use when you're feeling frustrated or down about your horse. And I'm going to show you the magical flying change exercise that's working at the moment for Mick. And if you're struggling with flying changes, check out below. I have an entire course on flying changes because they are so tricky to train. So hopefully you enjoy this exercise.
Okay, you feel how he's struggling there?
Yeah.
No inside hind leg. So a little bit haunches in. And help him carry weight behind in the downward. Maybe in the upward too. So a little baby hump, baby hump, flexion left, baby haunches in. Yes. Now look at your line. Shoulders more back on you, flexion left, baby haunches. Yes, you feel how you can bring him back then? No, rhythm, that's too much. That's baby. Flexion the jaw. So, super. Now ride normal on the circle, a little big, a little round, go. Yeah. Now you make baby haunches in, right there. Then you go again, then go again. And then come back again. Now go again. Now come back again and you walk. Yes. Okay. A little collapsey there, but that's the idea. Weight, jaw, right leg forward at the girth. Good. And so you go a little, come back a little, go a little, come back, go a little, come back, sit in, walk.
That wasn't very good.
And I want you to take the rein a little more. Yeah. You feel how he's pulling you forward there? On the downward, you think more shoulders up, and you use the reins for that. So go back, and then when you're going to go now to the walk, take the reins a little with, there. You feel that? Now we do a few more. Ooh, that was good. That was super. And you think with the reins, yes. Good. Nice change. Super change. That's the hard side too, isn't it?
That's the easy side.
Well, we'll go the other way. I mean, it was exuberant.
But with the hind leg, yeah?
Yeah, the hind leg was quite exuberant.
That's such a good exercise for him though, because it gets him really sitting and...
Gets him rounder behind the saddle.
Yeah.
Right, he gets this happening, and so and he sits more and then makes the switch.
Because the problem I was having before, well, especially the left is the hard side, is that he was just like running onto the forehand.
Yeah.
I couldn't...
And then he's downhill, right?
Yeah.
The croup is up, and you don't have that loading and then the jump over.
All right, we'll see if I can do the right to left now.
Yeah, it's good, the front. That around your, now look in front of you. You've got the leg yield, you've got the bend around your inside leg. Then you send the hind leg forward onto the line. Then you wait, and then you send him again forward onto the line. Then you, awesome. And remember, when you do the walk, you got to make sure the shoulders stay up. So you're going to get a little bit, there.
Oh,
That's
no,
almost.
not so much.
Excellent.
Good. Boy. Good boy.
Better. Because the shoulder stays up. Good.
Wrong lead.
Get the jaw and clear bend. From croup to pole, you make a clear bend. Shoulders stay up. Okay. Good. Shoulders stay up. Good. Clear bend. Shoulders stay up, butt goes down.
On the hind leg, buddy. There. Good boy.
Now go right lead canter change. And change your mind. Hold the reins. Got it. Oh, almost. It was clean after. We do that again. The rein back, right lead canter, and go again. Then right lead, clear bend, and now change your mind. Got it!
Good boy.
Awesome. Lots of love.
Good boy.
Cool, huh?
Yes, I was telling them earlier, I was very depressed earlier this weekend, feeling like I was never going to get the changes on Mick, and so it was really helpful to have you watch him and be like, okay, he's not sitting enough behind, and especially like the rein back one step to canter.
Because it makes him do this.
Yeah.
That rein back, he goes, Ooza.
Yeah.
And then you already have him here, and then off he goes.
And he has such a big canter that it's just really hard for him to figure out what to do with his legs.
And then because he's bigger and stronger than you, they all say, I'll move you where I want you.
Yes.
I'll just move you over here because that would be easier for me.
So hopefully you like that exercise. That's a mix magic flying change exercise, at least for this week. But when you're teaching the changes, it always, like, you have to have so many different exercises. For a while I was doing them across the diagonal, but they started getting too big.
Then he got
forward.
sort of long and on the forehand.
Yeah.
On that hard side.
Yeah. And I was having trouble with the left. In a clinic, it was kind of a disaster a few months ago.
It was flying change medley.
Yes, but that's all kind of the process of teaching the flying changes. So give us a thumbs up. Hopefully you like this video, and we'll see you in the next episode of Setbacks and Solutions with Mick.